After years of waiting, we finally have a real Beyond Good and Evil 2. Well, almost. Ubisoft has taken the wraps off the long-awaited sequel, and we've compiled all the information you need. Beyond Good and Evil is about as cult classic as gaming gets. The PS2 and Xbox original remains a fan favorite to this day. Beyond Good and Evil 2 was announced with a brief teaser in 2008, before immediately fading into obscurity, joining the likes of Half-Life 3 and, until recently, The Last Guardian, with no sign of a release date, gameplay or any hint of the ability to pre-order the game. What is Beyond Good and Evil 2? Despite the name, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is actually a prequel to the original Beyond Good and Evil. We don't have a huge amount of detail on the actual storyline of the game, but the cinematic trailer shown off at Ubisoft's E3 press conference certainly whets our appetites for a bonkers romp through System 3, with a hugely diverse range of character designs, personalities, buildings and vehicles. The world looks richly detailed, with a highly religious theme with age-old temples combined with huge high-rises, and green space overseen by hulking police ships. Beyond the cities, you'll see a lush countryside, huge mountains, and you'll even be able to fly into space without any loading screens. The trailers below set up the game's tone pretty well, a swashbuckling adventure with lots of cheek and charm, set inside a large spaceship that acts as your home base. Beyond Good and Evil 2 release date: when is it coming out? Despite the new trailers, we don't have any info on release date. Considering the game was first announced 9 years ago, it's anybody's guess. But it looks like Ubisoft is well and truly committed to getting this game to market, so we have some hope that it will arrive in the next couple of years. Beyond Good and Evil 2 trailers: we have a full reveal trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2, alongside a trailer breakdown direct from Ubisoft. Watch them below. Game director Michel Ancel also showcased a very early version of the game in a recent demo. It's in early stages, but appears to be hugely ambitious in terms of scope, story and gameplay. Beyond Good Evil 2 to 5 things we'd like to see: deeper story and characters. Jade and her quirky range of allies from the original Beyond Good and Evil were fantastic for the time, even more so when you consider how short and compact the original was. We'd love for the sequel to take a deeper look at the established universe, providing beloved characters with distinct backstories. The addition of voice acting and dynamic player choice would be great, showing how your actions impact the world as you progress. If Beyond Good and Evil 2 ends up being a prequel starring Paige, Jay's adoptive uncle, or even her real father, then it could paint a clearer picture of how the world we explored in the original came into being, while also expanding our horizons with new planets, characters and story elements. Ambitious open world: Beyond Good and Evil primarily took place on the planet of Hylas, rarely exploring the ambitious sci-fi universe that surrounded it. Granted, the single city in the first game felt sprawling and packed with activities, but it simply wouldn't cut the mustard in a modern context when games such as Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim and The Witcher 3 boast entire continents to explore. Improved movement and combat: you might have heard of a little Ubisoft franchise by the name of Assassin's Creed, which has some of the most intuitive movement controls in the open-world genre. Imagine darting across the rooftops and alleys of an alien metropolis, translating the historical flair of Asia and Altair into the realm of science fiction. Improved character customization: Beyond Good and Evil had its fair share of upgradable components, letting you power up Jade's health and trusty hovercraft with the right items. By today's standards, this is incredibly limited, and wouldn't stand up to the plate in 2016. Ubisoft has the opportunity to craft a truly unique customization system with Beyond Good and Evil 2, putting you in the shoes of a badass space photojournalist. Innovative player choice: Jade could influence the world of Hylas using her iris network reports in the first game, convincing the masses into siding with her and forming a passionate rebellion. This was an interesting mechanic, ushering in a generation of player choice that can still be felt today. Beyond Good and Evil 2 could revitalize this in some fascinating ways, letting you choose how and why you want to influence the world around you.